So whenever I do birthday decodes, my energy and my dreams get like bombarded with information, and I'm connecting dots in my dreams. So a lot of times I'm behind a year with birthday decodes because doing your birthday is like opening up my psyche to everybody that's trying to talk, and they know that I can hear, and I'm gonna make a video. So of course, spirits and ancestors and people trapped in the purgatory want me to see what is going on. So in my dream, I'm wearing this, and I called it a sleep apnea thing. If y'all have sleep apnea, you have to wear it on your face, but it's for breathing. So I go into this room, and it's moving like a spaceship. But when you watch Tenet, the movie, there's rooms that shift. And when you go into the different realms, it goes backwards and forwards. So you have to wear air because air is backwards. When something blows up, you actually become really cold. So I was like, okay, it's like the Tenet movie. A lot of movies are downloaded in the spiritual realm to people like writers and script writers and movie makers. And the more people are downloading the same information, the better the movie is with the budget. So watching Tenet, I have to watch it. I watched it 10 times, and I always pick up new things. But the woman who is from India was also in my dream. So a lot of times it connects to real life things happening. The other day, when I had this dream, it was August 30th. There was 6 little girls in a house in North Carolina. And they had gotten a fire at the house. So 4 of the little girls ended up passing away. One was named Sophia, and her 3 sisters. So and their last name was Melvin. Immediately I was like, At first I seen that 4 of them had passed away. I'm like, well, I had 6 little girls in my dream. And it was the coffin from the earlier video I showed you from Serpent in the Rainbow in this house. And I'm wearing this. So it makes sense if I'm trying to breathe and there's a fire, like in Tenet, there's a fire, I would need that. And we're going into a time loop. So the other 2 girls, there was actually 6 girls in the house. The older sister, another girl, got away. The parents were not home, and the house burned down in North Carolina. North Carolina is named after Queen, Charlotte, North Carolina, named after Queen Charlotte Sophia, who is part of this Pisces Sophia, Saint Sophia, Sophia robot energy. My name is Sophia. I'm born 227-722, Mary Magdalene's feast day. So I get a lot of energy because of my codes, and plus I decoded like 100 birthdays. So anyways, I'm dreaming about them passing away on August 30th. I didn't know these little girls passed away until later, like a week later. It's on the news, and I'm like, oh, these girls passed away. One named Sophia. Interesting. So in the dream, my ex was in it. He's military, and his birthday is 8/12. 8/12 is the birthday of a guy named Matthew Hopkins, who's a witch hunter, as well as Helena Blavatsky, who's connected to Lemuria. Lemurians are like the little mermaids. So anybody, even if you're not born June 30th or June 22nd, Lemuria is for anybody feeling like they're psychic and they're mermaids. Just if you feel like you've been in the water before and you live there, or you understand spiritual astral waters, look up Lemuria. So Lemuria, they had a special festival where they do rituals on May 9th, 11th, and 13th. So when you see things happen on those dates, you know they're connected to Lemuria. And they like to hunt for us in astral on certain days because certain portals are open. February 13th through the 22nd is another Lemurian rituals where they hunt for people. I was hospital napped by like a military base hospital, February 13th. Hospital napping. I always say don't get taken when you get awakened. It's better to learn about your birthday decode. It's better to learn about time travel through portals of birthdays, which are the portals of the mothership of the mothers. The mothers giving birth are portals. When you pass away and you're born, it's a portal. The portals collapse on each other because it's a circle. Again, if you're born any day, a million years from today and a million years from today. So today is September 8th. I don't know what date it is. September 8th or September 7th. Every day on September 8th, the same people are born or pass away. It doesn't matter if you name September 8th, November 16th. It's just the specific day and time and point that you got born. A lot of those worlds collapse. And when you dream, you can see a lot of people passing through the portals. And sometimes people are taken out by the future people or past people doing rituals. So say someone in the 1800s is doing a witch ritual and they're psychics and they're going to travel to try to take your future self out. Say someone from the future is coming to the past to try to take you out. They're all on the same day based on your portals. So like when people in secret society see the people they recognize in birthday portals, they understand the connection. They can use those people to then use artificial intelligence, ancient information that are connected to DNA, memories, and records. Again, this is for June 30th birthday, but this could apply to anybody. B613, just imagine them, Olivia Pope, Jake Ballard, and Florence Ballard. What we're talking about B613. 613 is like 6/30, 630. A lot of people in power of the world own money, and they don't want their money to shrink. And how their money would be shrink is that if our dreams become true, that becomes nightmares for people who own people. So say you are a government official and you make billions of dollars off people working at somewhere, a plant for $12 an hour. You don't want those people to become a business owner because they probably, that is their dream, to own a ice cream shop, whatever it is, maybe to own a healthy food place to get better food, or farm or whatever. You don't want someone's dream to come true if you're owning the banks and the finance companies, because how are you going to finance your car notes for millions of dollars and your house is for $1 million? No one can afford it. You not only are the finance company, you also are the companies that pay us. So they know, okay, well, someone makes $100,000. We're going to go ahead and make the car payment $600, car insurance $700, the house mortgage rents to be $3,000, and then food, we're going to cut off stamps. You can't even get stamps if you make $100,000. Stamp, Thanos, snap. They just snap all the food away. They medical care, the government and the artificial intelligence, the time travel. This is all for internet entertainment purposes. None of this is true. TikTok, don't delete me. This is all just entertainment. If you don't say that, then they're gonna think it's true, and then they're gonna ban my whole page. Okay, so we just know that. I'm just speaking hypothetically, but really, music is how Lemurians speak. Music and movies. They put codes in music and movies for us to remember who we are. A lot of times people try to get their money back from the record labels, and you could see around the time they passed away that they're trying to do a Thanos snap on them because they're not trying to have your dream come true. Angela Laverne Stone, Laverne and Shirley, cost communication through the astral realm. Lemurians speak through communication, the soul stone, abracadabra, abra stone. They want to take everything. They want to make you a zombie, give you a substance, make you happy at work. Meanwhile, that's not the job for you. So you could just think you're happy and you're working on a farm forever, and there's like a zombie. You wake up one day and say, holy crap, what did I do with my life? And have a midlife crisis. So the point is, learn your birthday decode so you could, when you sleep, you could kind of, spiritual things happen in the spiritual realm. So when you sleep or you're channeling, you're going to be able to speak to people, if you understand how it works better, to save your spiritual self. When it comes to money, it's just going after your dreams, trying everything. Because the most rich people might have zero spirituality and they're bazillionaires. The most spiritual person might be poor, and they'll say, oh, because you're not spiritual enough. Believe me when I tell you, you could be the most spiritual person that's connected and still be poor. It has nothing to do with higher consciousness or how good you are. When in real life money, there's a game to be played. But if you're trying to get there, being conscious and being rich is even better. So if you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, business owner, you also, a lot of people who become rich come back down to become spiritual because they became rich before spiritual. A lot of spiritual people, they won't do the things needed to become rich, like sell out people or leave their kids alone and go to work all day when they don't have, or become doing things to go to prison. You won't do the things needed. You won't be a P. Diddy and take over your own people for money. You're going to really have morals. And that's why a lot of people who are spiritual that have morals or have priorities of family, especially women, like how we talked about Florence Ballard quitting the Supremes. They wanted her to be Florence and the Machine. They want to crank the machine and keep the record labels going. Maybe she wanted to start a family. Beyonce wanted to start a family, she did, but she has to keep going on tour and taking her family with her. But sometimes they just need to give you a break. But then you think about, oh my God, all my money's going to be gone, right? It's this cycle. And when you're a woman and you want to have a family and you also have a talent of singing or a nurse or a doctor, sometimes that requires you to be at work all day. And then you have to go home and rely on a good man that loves you to make sure the bills are paid. But if you're married to a McDonald's worker, then you realize you cannot support yourself on the McDonald's worker income. So you just continue to work as a doctor to make sure that you're okay. So B613, Olivia Pope, Pope's Creep, George Washington. That's where we left off before I tangented. I'm just trying to make you explain everything. I'm trying to explain everything because 6:30 seems to be a very psychic birthday, which the person who booked me told me it was going to be interesting. And it took me a long time to get to it because all the dreams were coming. Because it's connected to a lot of secret societies this birthday. So I feel like I'm Scandal Olivia Pope, and I'm like, holy schmagoli. I need to get this coat and start wearing this for the winter because I'm feeling like Olivia Pope. Olivia, the Raven. Olivia, the Raven. That's so Raven, So the person who plays in it, Raven Simone, and she was playing on the Huxtable, Olivia, right? So that's going to be part 8 of the video. We're going to get into Raven Simone, Romeo, Steve Harvey in part 8. This is going to be a long birthday decode. Hopefully, I'm going to try to shorten it because I don't want to bore you, but it's so interesting. We're going to get you to your higher self, your conjoined twin in the spiritual realm, or your soulmate in the spiritual realm to get you through this. The Queen of the Damned